Sorry everyone, here's all the trains I caught recently. So let's get into them. So the first train I caught is CN Z113. Coming out of Winnipeg and is heading to Brampton Intermodal Terminal. It was hit by 5762, which is a SG75 with a very oscillating K3 L-horn. And the conductor gives me the peace sign. And trailing second is 8828, a SG70M-2. And that has 90 rail cars. And this was taken on Wednesday, July 23rd at the McCarran Road crossing near Pine Orchard. Now here to explain the next train is the Halton Subway fan. Take it away.
Next train is CNA 451 going from Toronto to North Bay. Leading it was CN 3183 with a K5HLA horn, 3867 trailing second. And near the tail end are two GO transit coaches, 2140 and 2129, which is in bad shape. That's because it was wrapped and the wrap got taken off. That's why it's in a bad shape.
Well, 2129 is ahead of 2140. But thanks for doing that. Anyways, 451 has 49 cars. And the K5HLA, which is on 3183, actually sounds like a Leslie RS5T horn, which is extremely rare. Unfortunately, there is no CN locomotives that has that horn. But that being said though, this was taken on Thursday, July 24th. Now moving to the East Granbury GO station for the next train. And all of the Northbound GO trains came out of Trotters Unit Station and they're heading to the Allendale Run from GO station in Barrie. But anyways, the first GO train in this video is GO 6927. It was set by cab car 355. And pushing it is 629, which is really smoking. And this is a 10-car train. And this was taken on Friday, July 25th. Have a good trip. You too, thank you.
Like say I wanted to do a trip to like
The next train I caught is GO 6922 at the Walkway Crossing, Newmarket. Heading south from the Allendale Run from GO station in Barrie to Trotters Unit Station. It was set by FWDX 561 with a plugged up horn. And remember how it used to blow the emergency horn? Unfortunately, they fixed the problem. And the engineer gave me a wave as well. Anyways, trailing behind that is cab car 333. And this is a 6-car train. And the next few trains were taken on Sunday, July 27th. The next train by called is CN M313. Coming out of the Macmillan Yard in Concord is heading to the 17 Yard in Winnipeg. It was led by 8013. A
Cabs.
SD70M-2 with a way also sitting P3 horn. And trailing second is 2288. And that has 97 freight cars. And it was going into the Zephyr siding to meet with some southbounds. You will see them in a bit. The next train I caught is CN Z112. Coming out of Vancouver is heading to Brampton. It was led by FWDX 3983 Riverway, also sitting K5HL horn. And for rear DPU is 3057. And that has 152 rail cars. The next train I caught is CN A450, which came 7 minutes later. Coming out of North Bay and it's heading to the Macmillan Yard in Concord. It was led by 3163, but also sailing K5HL Horn. And trailing second is 3213. And how many cars did it have? 0. This 450 was running light power. The next train I caught is GO 6911 at the Chapman Street crossing in Holland Landing. It was led by old cab car 252 with a very powerful horn, and pushing into this MP54 locomotive 671. And this is a 6-car train. And the rest of the catches were taken on Monday, July 28th. And now here is 2 Northbound GO trains at the East Granbury GO station. And here to explain the first one is the Halton Subway fan. Take it away.
Next train here is GO 6627, coming from Toronto and going to Barrie. Leaning it was Capital 359, and the engineer, whose name is Hogger, gave a live flash and a wave on arrival. And on departure, he did a shave and a haircut and a horn battle with a truck. And at the back is 648, pulling 12 cars.
A train is arriving shortly as scheduled. For everyone's safety and to help keep trains running on time, spread out along the platform. Stand back from the yellow line and allow others to exit before you board.
Un train arrive bientôt comme prévu. Pour la sécurité de tous et pour assurer la ponctualité des trains, répartissez-vous sur le quai et restez en retrait pour permettre aux autres de sortir avant de monter.
I'm doing really well, thank you. How's your trip? Have a good trip, guys. The conductor also gave me a wave, too. Now here is go 6727. This time it was led by Cab Car 327, which the crew give me a wave, and pushing it is 601. And this is a 10-car train. The next flying train I caught is a number CN M313. This time it was hit by FWDX 2768 with a very ascending K5HL horn. Trailing second is 5654, and trailing third is FWDX 008, a really long switcher unit. And that has 93 freight cars. And it was going into the Zephyr sighting to meet with CN Q124, which I saw by their live stream.